I feel like I'm in prison, bro.
Why? Just because you're black?
Yep. Why are you wearing like me, bro? Is this
I
a
swear
uniform?
I was about to ask you the same thing.
Is this
I
a
feel gay
uniform?
right now. But yeah, he came right away and he was like, why are you dressed up the same?
What did I say to you when I?
Yes, I mean, this is an issue I have with my wife. When we are coincidentally dressed up the same, I tell her, like, right away, go back, change your clothes, or otherwise I'm going to go change mine. Not even the shoes. We have one pair of shoes that she has the same,
Yes.
and I tell her right away, I'm going to wear them, don't wear them. But she doesn't care. Sometimes she wears them. It makes me so uncomfortable. You know, these people in the street where the mother, the father, and the kids are all dressed up the same.
Yes.
I'm like, bro, I know you're a team, you know? Like being a mother and father and a kid, you don't have to show the whole world you're a team. Or like a newly loved birds. I fucking hate that.
Some of them wear t-shirts written the king, others the queen.
Bro, I don't know if my wife is going to watch this or not, but back like when I was in Syria, 2009 or something, I got to know one girl. I'm not going to mention her name because, I don't know, whatever. She was, she used to call me and ask me, like, what are you going to wear tomorrow? And I would tell her why. She'd be like, I want to dress up the same. And I would just give her some random shit, just for us not to match. And sometimes we would match coincidentally. I hate that. I genuinely.
What about being sometimes twins, or siblings, or
Yeah, like that's. I mean, being identical twins is enough. You know.
but sometimes your parents force you, and they'll be like, "Bro, you guys have to." They buy the same shit for you until I've seen some twins even when they grow up.
They're still dressing up the same.
Dressing up the same. Exactly.
Did you see this YouTube video?
Which one?
Some Hispanic couple, girls, and they decided to have the same boyfriend. So one guy is dating twin, and later on, three of them they went to the doctor and they said, "We want to have kids at the same time, like same moment."
I've seen the
and
one.
The doctor was like,
I've seen the one of twins got married to other twins. They had babies at the same time as well.
Did they have twins as well?
I think one did, one didn't.
Bro, that's just insane. Anyway, how are you doing this evening?
I feel different.
You feel different?
Yeah.
Of course you do. You dressed up like me.
You dressed up like me.
You know why you feel different. Bahtiyar, how are you today? Yes. Now, so just so you know, today Bahtiyar, from now on, Bahtiyar
has been given the keys.
The keys, the mic. So he's not in the background anymore. He's the boss anyway.
Yeah.
All thanks to Bahtiyar, this show came to light. Anyway.
I hope you guys like the new setup. We'll try different things from time to time, you know?
Yeah.
Just to make the setup feel more like...
genuine.
What do you mean genuine? Was it not genuine before?
No, I mean, okay, the slogan, it says conversation in a coffee shop.
Yep.
But the way it was being recorded, it doesn't give you the impression that it is a coffee shop. But now we literally have customers around looking at us.
Ah, okay, that's cool.
All eyes on me.
And weird. All eyes on me.
You see?
Yeah. So diving into today's side hustles.
Side hustles. That's really good. You and I, we have a whole long history of side hustles, bro.
Bro, if we say some of them on camera, I think we'll be arrested.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It doesn't include illegal substances, but it includes unofficial acts.
Unofficial acts, exactly.
Yeah.
You know?
But look, you and I, we started unofficial on the goal of going official.
Official,
and
exactly.
we did become official, you know? What I hate is the pirates. Let me call them pirates. They start unofficial and they don't care about being official
because they are comfortable.
They are comfortable.
They don't know the consequences of staying pirates.
We didn't have the means, let's say.
So a single question to you.
Go ahead.
I want you to talk on behalf of yourself. I know most of the things we used to do together.
Yes.
From, it's like we were on different paths, then we came into one path.
Exactly.
Gay.
Gay. That's what I said last time. Watch the episode up there, please. We all come from different backgrounds,
Exactly.
but somehow we have
Shout
the same
out to Mr. Nazi
Nazi.
again.
Okay, so like from a Nazi background, from African background, from Far Asian background, or Middle Asian background, and Arabian background, we still have the same goal. Maybe not necessarily the exact specific goal,
Okay.
but we have the same ambition. Let me say, you see, and we all do side hustles all the time.
Before I dive into the depth of this,
Yeah,
I wish I had learned this earlier. You know,
yeah,
when most people leave home, okay, the first thing on your mind, the first goal is freedom. Like, I'm independent, I'm free.
yeah.
Okay. If I discover that freedom is linked to
Struggle.
being independent, the more it could have been, the more it could have been more effective. Yes, you want to be independent, but the break-off point is when you become independent financially. You see, a lot of people have a misconception of, okay, now freedom, what, drinking, spending money, all these things. When you think of it, before you make that decision, you have to think, how am I going to survive?
Yeah,
You see, at that time you don't realize, because money is coming from home. That's like a head start.
yes,
If you could take that income as your fixed income and then have a passive one, a side hustle,
yes.
and bring it together and invest. You can't run away from investing.
Definitely.
You see, invest into yourself, invest into buying equipment. For example, like now, we are not an official studio.
Yeah,
You
but
see?
we have enough
But
tools
we
to
have-
open a studio.
Exactly, So this starts off as setting goals as an individual to say,
Yeah.
okay, I want to do. If I look back 10 years, I had no goals, just living by the day, taking it by the day.
Would you have started earlier?
If I knew this information that I have now,
Yeah,
I would have started way earlier.
right.
But there are trends. 10 years ago, what was a podcast,
Yes,
for example?
and
Or what was being a content creator?
exactly.
Most people would spend more time watching videos on YouTube. And I got to realize at a later stage that put yourself in a space where you benefit, you don't gain. I'm going to give you another example. There's a time, I think it was after COVID, I used to do gigs, where we would have maybe a barbecue, call your friends.
I remember.
You remember,
The
yeah?
first design that I got paid for was one of your gigs, right?
Yeah.
It was something like, what do you call it?
Kit December Bosch.
Yes. Where you had DJs and barbecue and stuff.
And barbecue, like a small, what do you call it?
South African style.
South African style,
I remember.
kind of. And I made decent money.
Yeah.
Because everyone was like, look, it feels like home. You try to bring that atmosphere. Because in my head, I told myself, okay, you know what? If I'm going to go outside and have fun, let me make money from that.
Why not?
Than for me to spend money going to do these kind of things. And I remember I had, during that time, I had many gigs. And when I stopped doing gigs, people were still calling me, we want another one. One more, one more, one more, one more.
You see?
You see? And put that into perspective. Like, okay, this is working out. This is working good. Let me start buying some equipment as well,
And become an event organizer.
Exactly.
If you want to take it further, let's say.
If I wanted to take it further,
Trust me, if you took it further, it would have worked.
it would have, but there is a lot of barriers,
A lot of barriers, but you have a lot of connections at the same time.
Yeah,
Look,
you do.
You have the right connections. For example, you have connections with the DJs. You have connections with the one who's going to, let's say, take care of the cooking.
Yeah.
And by the way, I don't know if he's still doing it. Cyprus Wars. You see? Like the sausages and other things.
Cyprus Vos.
Wars.
Yeah.
You see? So,
It's written Vos,
Wars.
but it's Vos.
Yeah.
You see?
So it is a German thing, right?
No, it's like Dutch, It's
Dutch.
related to...
What's the difference between German and Dutch?
What's the
Deutsch.
difference between Germany and Netherlands?
You see?
You see?
So yeah, you had the right connection, you had the right circle, you had the right friends that help you support. Today I was watching one video.
yeah,
One guy was like, "You can be the most successful, but in the eyes of your family and your closest like circle of friends,
circle, yeah,
you are just like amateur."
yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
yeah.
For example, let me hit on some of my friends and family. I still get some comments by some of my friends, the closest one.
Yeah.
It's like, "What are you doing with the podcast?" And I'm like, "Bro, we're having fun." You see, we're
Yeah.
having fun. And let me say, I'm checking the analysis of the YouTube video. Bro, we're about to make money.
Really?
Yes. Like, honestly, we're about to make money. Just wait for it.
Okay.
Because it shows you like analysis and comparison between how when you first started and how you're doing right now. Bro,
On that note, I would like to thank our viewers, our friends, and everyone who's supporting us at the start.
exactly.
You know, you are the real ones. We couldn't have done
Cheers.
it without you, you know.
Definitely.
And Mr. Baktir, Mr. Bengage also, for your music, for your copyrights, we will
Thank you.
give you a shout out. Yeah.
One
I like the
of the
intro
video,
song.
one
Yeah.
of the video. I don't think we're gonna be paid for it later on because apparently Bahtiyar got the music from somewhere on the internet. And YouTube, they were like, hold up, you're not gonna be
You're
paid
not
for
gonna
this.
be being paid for this, yeah.
And then Bega
So, yeah.
made some nice music for us.
Yes, shout out to you as well.
Yes.
So yeah, and the people that have made it possible, Coffee Honey, I'd like to thank them for using their space, for
Yes.
sponsoring our podcast
And their
as well,
good coffee, most importantly.
and the good coffee. You know, I urge everyone to come and try the espresso-based drinks.
Yes.
They are really decent.
Now
know?
you have new milk
yeah,
because I can see it on the stand.
Yeah, we have new milk, double milk.
That's amazing.
I don't know if many people have tried it, but I'd like you guys. I'm not gonna say much of it. I want to keep you guys in suspense. For those who are around Coffee Honey, just drop by, ask for a double milk based coffee,
Yeah.
and then indulge in the taste.
Let's go. Let's go.
You see?
Should
And
I suggest one specific drink?
Okay.
Dirty coffee?
Yeah.
It is nice.
Dirty coffee.
Dirty coffee.
Yeah.
Dirty. Because whoever likes coffee and
Yes.
whoever doesn't like coffee much would enjoy the drink.
Would enjoy
it's
the
like
drink,
a single
yeah.
shot espresso.
Single shot drink,
You're
yeah.
gonna really like. It's not tense.
Yeah.
And speaking of side hustles, let me go back to the topic.
Yep.
One of the weirdest thing that I started and then later on it took weird turns and then I'm like, wait, let me go back. You know, universities, let me criticize a little bit universities.
Yeah.
No matter how good the system is,
Yeah.
it is not enough to prepare the students, as I noticed, to do the graduation project on their own. And funny enough, for a person like me who was not even attending classes, I
Yep.
was teaching students how to do their own final project. So I started teaching them how to do their final project, and suddenly I got an offer of how about you do the final project on my behalf.
And then what are you going to do, you as a student?
That was my question. I'm
See?
like, bro, I can do it. I mean, whatever you finish in 3 months, I can do it in 2 days, you know. But you know, you're gonna have a jury, and in the jury, they're gonna ask you certain questions about the project.
At least do a decent job.
Thank you.
Go read it, study it. At
I
least
mean,
know what you're talking about.
The way
you
I
know?
was doing it, I was walking them step by step, like really step by step on how to do it, and I was explaining why it is done like this. Indirectly, I was doing it on their behalf because what I was doing, I was solving the project for them,
Okay.
but my main goal is for them to understand the project. Then again, for a student who was not even attending classes, I remember my advisor was begging me. She was like, please, let me see you sometimes, like from time to time. And yeah, I was making shitload of money. Here's the nice thing. I was giving private lessons. Nothing could stop me from doing it.
Yeah.
I was making decent money to the point where I didn't find the need to find another job. You know?
But I think the place we're in, I've seen a lot of successful student and entrepreneurs, you know. I'll give an example. One guy, I won't mention names. He's successful in property, you know. he's managed to turn his agency and connect it with real estate, in a legal way. Now he's big. I think he's one of the biggest in where we are now,
Yeah.
and he's one of the hustlers that I give props to. The guy has made it into.
It is the same person I'm thinking of.
Yes, it's the same person you're thinking of.
That person and I, we had some, let's say, disagreement on certain things. Regardless, I admit he's one of the most successful people that I know in this island, at least.
Yeah, from a student, what I was trying to say to you is, I know there are some people who have the same opportunities as he had, but don't turn it into a business or financial independence. They still want to take and take and take and take from your parents, So I would advise students to keep their eyes wide open, look for opportunities. When you're in university, you've got more opportunities, countless opportunities to connect with a lot of people from different backgrounds.
Exactly.
So if you turn these opportunities into money, bro, you'll make it,
Bro, let me tell you something. It is an international thing, but let's talk specifically on where we are right now. Without student, nothing goes forward.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, for example, the other day, not so long time ago, I was in one of the markets and I overheard a conversation. The owner of the market was saying, when there are no students, instead of selling 100 pieces of bread, it drops down to 20.
To 20, exactly.
I mean, it's not even half, way less than half.
Yes.
So when you are among the market,
because
among the target,
the market is
like
really based on students. You see? So housing, markets, transportation, everything is based on that.
Now, saying transportation, the most famous thing right now, as an illegal side hustle, a lot of students do, fake taxis, but not the fake taxi that you know, or the famous fake taxi name, illegal taxi, let's say. Pirate taxi.
Why are you snitching, bro?
I'm not snitching. It is all over the news. I mean, I'm not snitching on people. I'm just saying what's happening. But what's the weirdest thing happening? The creativity of doing it.
The creativity of
you
doing
know? Let me say, whether I agree or disagree to this creative way of doing it, some guys that don't have enough money to buy a car, they just gather enough money to rent a car. Instead of, let's say, investing in a car in £10,000, they go for £500 and they rent a car. And from there, they start.
Yeah.
Bro, once I also overheard one guy talking about it. The guy, by the end of the month, he got the money of the car and he got the money of the petrol for himself. And here's the thing. His main goal was not making money. His main goal is
being comfortable, having transportation,
having a car.
Yeah,
I mean, he was not picking up and dropping a lot of people every day. Some days he wouldn't work.
Yeah.
He would just do a math in his head. Like, if I drop, let's say, 20 people per month, like I would make enough money to rent a car for another month and enough petrol and stuff like this. And that's how he was doing it.
Yeah.
And
it's
I'm
been
like,
smart.
that's
And
smart.
I've seen some content creators, like guys that are good at what they do, like, some people have got their own labels. They started from here. Speaking of that, there's a student organization. It's called Voice.
Wasn't the guy fought like by locals?
Oh, no. I don't want to go much into this, but
I'm trying to remember something like this.
Yeah,
because the guy was all out.
Yeah, the guy tried to establish
the truth.
Try to be the voice of all the
voice
students on the island, So, sometimes things don't always work out as they seem to be, Sometimes you just think it's a genuine thing.
Yeah.
But, some powers that are higher than him, or the lack of support from other students, other people, didn't make it a success. But if you look at the vision behind it, it was really amazing, This was even given recognition by the EU, by the way.
Really?
Yeah. You should check out. Then we've had students emerging that brought in famous entertainers like this guy what's this Nigerian guy's name? Rema, for example.
Yeah.
this song that everyone was crazy about. You know it. Calm down.
Calm down.
The
Baby,
Yeah,
calm
the
down.
guys brought him to Cyprus.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
At
cool.
Cage, they went agreed with one big club.
Let me say something. Not so long time ago, one Sudanese student came to me to the office and he was like, I have an amazing idea. And I was like, go ahead. And he told me like, there is this Sudanese rapper that all the Sudanese students or like community, they like him. What if we invite him, we bring him somehow and we sell tickets? And like he was giving me a whole math and I'm like, no. And he was like asking me for money. So if he's watching the episode, I'm going to say two things. First of all, sorry that I felt that I was going to be scammed. Second of all, sorry, I didn't really believe like the what did you call it?
The whole
idea of it.
Idea of it, yeah.
I am sure that the same guy went to
Someone else.
yeah. And they brought him.
It
And
was a
later
great
on,
gig, yeah.
it was quite a gig, bro.
Yeah.
I was in shock of how many people attended the concert. And I'm like, shit, I should have
Missed
invested
it,
in
yeah.
that.
I missed an opportunity.
I should have invested in that.
Yeah,
Because
I remember you once told me about
Yeah,
it.
and
You're
I'm
like
no.
this, you know.
Because let me be realistic. I don't know much about the student culture,
Yeah.
the Sudanese culture, sorry.
Yeah.
And the number he gave me was like, that's not feasible. But then again, I'm like, wow, I did it. You know what? It is a little bit surprising for me, the messed up priority sometimes students have. Because I know a lot of Sudanese students, since I brought a lot of Sudanese students to the island, and I'm not insulting, but they always complained about lack of funding, like the financial
Funding,
situation. The same student that they were complaining about the financial situation and like they don't have enough money for rent and blah blah blah, they would pay shitload of money and go attend the concert.
Of course.
And I'm like, you just bet your rent money to go and see.
That's what I was trying to talk about, like to say the opportunities. You know, don't get yourself caught up in the wrong side of the finances.
Yes.
If you are gonna be part of that, make sure you're in the money-making part.
Exactly.
Because, for example, I'll give another example. Let's say you want to go to a gig, okay? You go to the organizers and tell them, this night I want to work with you guys. So what have you done? You've earned money and you've enjoyed
Yes.
as much as the people that are paying money.
That's smart.
You see? So you go there and they say, make it, for example, be by the gate, take the ticket or take the money for people that are entering. You're still listening to his music, you're still having your drink, you're still having fun as well. And at the end of the day, you're still going to get paid, you know?
Exactly.
So put yourself in a place where you'll make money, not spend money. This was now my mentality as a student every time when
You know,
I get
one of my colleagues, classmates, he was staying at the dormitory. Only and only during exams. During the exam, he was like, I'm making food, I'm selling food inside the dormitory, which was not allowed, still not allowed, but who cares? The guy was like, exams, your food is on me. And he was taking like minor prices.
Yeah.
For example, if you want to eat outside, it would cost you, for example, $5. He was taking $3 or something. Enough for him to make good, decent money. And I don't know how he could balance study and making food, but anyway, he was making good
And I
money.
know some of them students, especially girls, they have cleaning, like they go for cleaning, you know?
Bro,
Or
trust
even
me,
guys. you
guys
know?
do it more than girls.
You see,
Trust
they go for cleaning. They during the weekend when they are free, they
Yeah.
make a few bucks. Some of them do it because they have to. You see, the situation is tight.
Yeah.
And while I'm still on that note, I would like to give a shout out to all the students that are working in places, establishments, that are working in hotels, casinos,
Can I?
because I know where you're going to come from.
Yes.
But this is being a freelancer or being a side hustle is not for everyone.
It
you
is
know?
not.
Exactly. So my point being is they are trying to improve their own finances, This
Yes.
is why I respect them, because some of them, for example, you've seen it, being a barista or being a bartender or being a waiter,
Yeah.
The person knows I'm going to be a lawyer or I'm going to be a doctor. This is just for me to get myself extra money, not to spend money.
Yes.
So from all the money that they make at their, because it's a part-time job, man, you see. But I always tell people that take on these kind of jobs to take it seriously. Why I say so? At the end of the day, you're gonna be a doctor, okay? You are going to, as you can see how it's happening here. You can be a doctor, you can be a nurse, whatever career path you choose, okay? At the end of the day, people find themselves in in the same trade. It's either you're a landlord or you own properties, no matter how rich you are or how good you are,
Yes.
because everyone wants passive income. You know, their passive income sometimes surpasses your basic. You know, so I always used to tell my colleagues, take this seriously. One day you're gonna be rich, and when you're rich, you don't know what to do with the money, and you're gonna think, oh shit, I was a barista, which means you have to some extent knowledge on or an idea on how a coffee shop is run
Yes.
or a restaurant is run because you've been there hands on. So you've got a slight understanding, you know. It's an investment that you're making now, and if you're smart about it, you can use it later on in life. There's always going to be casinos, there's always going to be hotels, there's always going to be coffee shops, there's always going to be restaurants, you know.
Yes.
So don't take, because some of them look down upon themselves, why am I serving, you know. Also serving helps you build a certain character to some extent, you know.
Okay. So, you know where I was gonna go
Yeah.
with this. Few notes.
And by the way, it's not about only work. Some of them do. I've seen some of them. They do video content creation and all these kind of things. You know, some of them now I've checked out, especially the G
Gen Z.
generation, Gen Z. Most of them work online. I was shocked. One girl was telling me she's working for a company in Switzerland, and she's making about $800.
Look,
You see?
after Corona, remote jobs are going up,
Yeah.
very viral. If
Yeah.
I still had this mentality where, okay, I'm gonna work a stable job and stuff like this, I would definitely find a remote job where I'm gonna do it wherever I am.
Yeah.
But let me take it a step back. Few things, and I'm gonna go like backward. It's really nice when you said, for example, you at some point in your life did some like bartending. You were a barista, you were a bartender, whatever. Once you're like a very successful, wealthy person, it is a wise decision to do something like this. Yeah, it's amazing, but I would give a tip. Please don't be so hands-on on it.
Exactly.
Hire a professional. Yes, you did have some experience when it comes to, for example, as you mentioned, the coffee
Of course,
shop,
bro.
but don't be hands-on.
Look, after you are rich or after you're wealthy, you understand that for your business to be successful, you don't have to be hands-on. I'm going to give you an example. One guy was saying he was working at a tire shop, okay?
Yeah.
He quit his job. He quit his job to go and open his own tire shop, to become his own. But what happened to the guy now? He got more depressed. Why did the guy get more depressed? He was the only person working there. The off days, all the benefits, medical aid, all these things that he was getting from the company he was working. He went to become another worker at his own place.
Yes. That's
see?
literally what happened to me.
Exactly. So the guy went from being a worker to being his own worker, and now to cut off expenses hiring people, because you know some trades you have to work for so many years by yourself
Yes.
to be hands-on, and if you're hands-on, the chances of you growing are very little.
No.
Because you don't have time to think on creativity.
Exactly.
So what happens? You're always trying to make ends meet.
Yeah.
The rent, all the expenses, everything in that company, you
Yes.
know. So, guys, if you want to be an entrepreneur, it doesn't mean that when you leave this company and start your own, you're gonna be successful or you're going to be
Very comfortable.
very comfortable, you know.
And another thing I wanted to mention, yes, I just like you, 100% respect whoever's working. No matter no matter how small, no matter how big the job is, I 100% respect. But you know where I was gonna go with this. Sometimes people, they want to work not for the sake of. Let me rephrase myself. Not because they need money,
Yeah.
Their pocket money is coming to them by the end of every month. They are not in need. Their family is not so, let's say, in like bad financial situation. The kid just saw some other kids working, hustling, making money, and he's like, I'm gonna do it as well. And them doing it is just fucking up the market. For example, let me speak about real estate since I'm doing it right now. At some point, it gets so frustrating because I have more small agents than the customers themselves. I would get a call about a house by 10 different people, and all of them would say, we saw your like listing and we have a friend who is interested in it. And I'm like, no, bro. If your friend is interested in it, is going to find me somehow, I'm not going to do that. I mean, at some point, it gets so messed up that you will find 10 people calling you for one specific person. And none of these 10 people is in need for money. They just want to make extra bucks. And none of them is doing it legally. So what it causes a mess in the market, whether it is real estate, whether it is student recruitment, whether it is cleaning. For example, again, I'm going to say it. There are already many cleaning companies in where we are right now. Plus, there are some people doing it unofficially, but doing a decent job. And there is the third stage of people, third layer, let me call them, whoever wants to earn money, but they're like, what is the easiest thing that I can do? I can do cleaning. Bro,
Okay.
they don't, for example, let me say, there is one woman, I always call her, she's perfect. When she comes, I mean, don't look down at cleaning, by the way. It is a profession. I swear to God, she scans the house. She draws a map in her head. It's like, I'm going to start from there. I'm going to end in there. And on my way out, I'll do this. Wherever I do in, let's say, 5 hours, she can finish in a better way than me in 1 hour. But these students, they're like, I'm going to do cleaning.
Okay.
And they do a messed up
I
one.
won't speak on.
Not all of them.
No,
just
I'm
the
not
ones who
gonna
are
no.
not in need.
But bro, you don't know sometimes how it is. You
I
know.
of course don't know.
I'm not gonna speak
don't.
down on people who are also trying to learn something or who are trying to hustle. But
do
my
it
problem,
in the right way.
But no, there's no right way.
There
if you
is a
think of
right
it.
way.
Let me continue, and then you're going to understand what I'm trying to say. Is, for example, let's say the problem is people have become more greedy. What can I say?
Thank you.
Everyone wants to earn a commission, be it something small whereby I can help you just by referring. People want to make money out of it.
That's
You
great.
know, for me, this is not genuine hustling.
Exactly.
This is just being an opportunist.
Easy money.
It's easy money. Okay. But as I say to you, I always say to people, information is more valuable when few people have it. You see, for example, let's say there is a house. The landowner, the landlord doesn't care. All he wants is his money for the rent.
Yes.
So the more people he shares with, the less, the more, how can I say?
The faster he's gonna get his money.
No. The more people are going to try and make money out of it. For example, as you said, 10 people are going to come together. This one's going to refer this one, this one's going to refer this one is going to refer this one. Or selling a car or selling a phone. Sometimes your stuff, I noticed with my friend wanted to sell his car. He told me, if you sell my car, I'm going to give you 1,000, like from the money that you've agreed with. I'm like, okay, no problem. I'm going to advertise this car, okay? But then I'll tell my friend to say, if you know anyone, my friend's going to put his 1,000 on top. For example, the car was 15K. Now the car is 20,000 because there's someone who's got that 15,000 to pay.
See?
But now the car has been inflated to 20,000 pounds. The owner just wanted 15. The guy who wants to buy has got the 15,000 pounds to buy, but it has gotten to the wrong people, and it's now like 20,000. The guy's like, what? Poshver, it's not enough,
Bro,
you know. This doesn't only imply anything you want to buy, you know.
Exactly as you said. Sometimes I get called or texted about certain properties, and they send me the photos, they send me the details, and the first thing I do, like the most famous website in here when it comes to listings, I go open it and I write the details that I received from the owner. I'm like, okay, the owner definitely got my number through the ads that I share
Yeah.
or from this website.
Yeah.
Let me check. Bro, 90% of the time, if not even higher, I see 20 or even more agents sharing the property that I got. And at this point, I'm like, what are the chances that a customer is going to enter this website of all the 20 people going to choose mine? What do I do for me to be like the most prominent among them? Either pay money for it to be like on top, or
Yeah.
drop my commission the lowest as possible, which is not ethical. So I prefer not even bother, because when you decided to send me this property, I would like it to be you noticed that we're doing something different from the rest, and you were like, I want to work with this agency. But when you're sharing it to everyone, as you said earlier, it loses value, because they think that the more people share it, the faster I'm gonna get people. What they don't know, no, the more people share it, the less likely you're gonna get anything.
Yeah.
So certain substances in the world, how are they more valuable? Because of how rare it is. The rarer it is, the less likely you'll find it, the more expensive it is.
Yeah.
Like some substances, like some kind of metals,
Minerals. Yeah.
they're not that good looking. It doesn't have any value. But just because it is so hard to find, now
Yeah.
it is more valuable. And it is applicable to everything. I mean,
So yeah.
Yeah. so I
As
don't know. If
I
if
hope-
you're not in need for money, just find something creative. You're not in need for money. You have a certain talent, turn it into money. But you're not in need for money. But you see some people hustling, dying to get some money through certain profession. Please don't fuck up the market on them.
please put some respect on
Put
my
some
name.
respect. Honestly, like because I go through this day by day.
Yeah.
It is messed
So
up.
shout out to all the students that are hustling, grinding.
What
you
is the
know,
weirdest?
to get the bread? You know,
Yeah.
I would advise everyone to take their finances very seriously from a very young age. Because the game changes when you're now in the real world.
Yeah.
You'll see, okay, maybe your parents are successful. Don't deceive yourself and think that you're also successful. I've seen some people from wealthy families becoming nothing. Like,
Yes.
you see, like, what? How did these people lose? So it's upon each and every one of us to take our finances seriously, especially these are things that were not taught in universities.
We're not taught anywhere.
I think from my curriculum, 1% has helped me in my everyday life. It's just wasting time. For example, I was laughing the other day. Kids in China, they're already, making some stuff, construction things, these kind of toys.
Yeah.
But us, our kids, they are busy being asked, what, an insect like a locust, that this is an abdomen when you throw it. That's just useless information that doesn't even benefit you. Just to
Just- Just today, I saw a reel on Instagram. It's like a short video from one anime.
Yeah.
A guy opened up his balcony with his mug of coffee, took a seat, and he was just chilling on the balcony. And the caption says, "Another day of me waking up and living my day without the need to use sine, cosine, tangent." You know this math things, sine and cosine, because who the fuck uses sine and cosine? I mean, if you know that you're gonna go in certain direction in life where you need that complex mathematical, formulas and whatever, then go learn it. If you know for a fact you don't need it, I mean, I finished civil engineering without the need for sine and cosine. I mean, they killed me. You know how many math courses we got? Six different math courses. Did I need any of them? No. Literally nothing. I mean, in architecture they have two. Did you need to use any?
No.
There is no need. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
I mean, remember when there was this quote? You're not gonna have a calculator anywhere next to you, so learn how to do math without a calculator. 2 fucking calculators always in my pocket. I don't even do math. So, yeah. What is the weirdest side hustle you've ever heard in your life?
Bro, I don't want to get into this game. I don't want to. There are some side hustles I've been avoiding throughout the podcast to talk about them. I've tried to take everything in a much,
Let me say the weirdest one. Alarm.
What?
Alarm.
Okay.
The guy was literally waking up other students. That's it. That's his job. He was getting paid, but like little money. For example, other students would have exam on the next day, and they're very afraid to miss it because they already did. The guy's job is to go to their house or room or something, keep knocking the door, waking them up, just for that.
Wow.
I mean, I know one of my friends who had real issues waking up, Muhammad Bayrakdar. I still have a video of him. Actually, it was recorded by his brother. The alarm is literally ringing in his ear. The guy is in a deep sleep. So, yeah, someone like this could need a person like that. So that's one side hustle. If I would go back in time for me to do some side hustles, I have few. Nothing that I could.
I already know some.
Nothing that I could share on record. Nothing that I should.
I already have. I already have.
You know one of them.
Yeah, I know one of them. And this is the most important one. This is
The one that could have made me so much money.
Yeah.
I was so stupid not to use it.
Yeah.
One talent. That's what I said earlier. If you're not in need for money,
I'm going to show you my talent.
I'm going to show you my talent. You know, at some point I feel like bringing some talented people to the podcast. Like, just show you talent. Do you want me to show you mine? Can you do this? Okay, a lot of people can do this. This is easy, but
I
this,
can't. Can you see what happened to my finger?
yeah,
I
it's
tried to be
broken, right?
I tried to be a basketball player.
But Bahtiyar is having a seizure right now trying to do it.
Yeah.
This? Okay. Okay, wait. Now I need to show. Let me push the mic. Can you move this one forward and this one backward at the same time? No, you're doing it both forward. This way. That's pretty good. Bahtiyar could nail it. Can you do it? These are both backward. These are both forward. One backward, one forward. Just like this.
Yeah.
So-
Anyways, guys, we have a surprise for you. Our next episode is going to be fun. This is actually paving the way to our new.
Should we do it here all the time?
Let's take a vote. Let's take a poll.
Let's take a poll. Bahtiyar, what do you think? Do you like it here or upstairs?
No, the viewers have to decide, not us. So those who
For me, this one is better than
this is better.
yes.
Yeah?
Okay.
Like
So-
genuine.
You two, you have a say in this. How we're gonna do the poll on Instagram.
On Instagram.
Yeah, on Instagram.
Democracy, my friend.
Yeah, democracy. We'll set up something during the week,
Mm-hmm.
and you people can start voting as soon as possible, and then we will give you guys what you deserve, not what we want. What you deserve.
Yeah. Democracy.
Yeah.